I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. That over there is the Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not bad. Not too bad. We were supposed to have some really bad storms come through here last night and have some tornado-like weather and the like, which is common for this time of year. And apparently it rained and thundered really hard. My wife said that the thunder shook the entire house. I wouldn't know. My ass was dead asleep. I woke up this morning. I was like, did it even storm at all? She said, yeah, it rained hard and the thunder shook the whole house. And like, I was completely
so jealous of your ability to sleep. I don't even think I'm a light sleeper. It's just like I can't sleep more than like 3 hours consecutively. I don't know what the issue is. Been trying to figure this out for quite some time. Like every once in a while, I'll fall into like a deep sleep and I'll be out. But man, to be able to sleep through thunder and shit like that would definitely wake me up. Even though I've been conditioned to ignore buses and trucks and things.
No, I'll sleep through anything. Man, we had a pretty bad storm that came through here a couple years ago, and lightning hit the tree out here and broke the tree, and the tree fell and took my power line that runs to the garage down, and all of that. Like, I slept through all of that. Stephanie woke up and saw the tree down and called the power company, and they sent trucks out to turn off the power to the line and put the line back up and everything. And my ass was dead to the world. I didn't know any of it happened. I will sleep through anything.
I am jealous. Guess who just started motioning around out there as we turn on the mics. I don't know we'll see what they do this afternoon. I'm dealing with some construction issues.
We'll keep this one pretty quick anyway. So maybe we'll get her done before they get too busy.
Let's see, it should be almost quitting time. I mean, we're coming up on 2:00.
Got time for afternoon margaritas and a siesta.
That's right. What should we start with here? There's a lot of follow-up stories we forgot to talk about the fucking bailout of Spirit Airlines.
I guess we could start with the maybe the most pressing thing for most people, the third assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Third time was not the charm.
Man, and they just, I don't know. Everything about it seems crazy. I don't think that it was, I'm not one of those, oh, it was staged or it was fake or any of that stuff like that. That all seems gay and retarded, but it, like, the dude just got in, and I guess he like chronicled his whole journey from California to Washington, D.C., and basically mocked how like light security was on every leg of his journey. So, you know, the Department of Justice and Secret Service don't seem to be doing a very particularly good job of anything, which we've known that for a while. It's not like that's news. Although, in their defense, that dude was fucking moving. Did you see the video of him coming down the hallway?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the things happen quick. It just seems like
I mean,
is this the one that was cleaned up by AI?
yeah.
Yeah.
The original is real grainy and hard to see anything, but I mean, doesn't change the fact that dude was straight up getting it.
But it's just like, what is going on? Like, how is that possible? And that seems to be the bigger story here. It's just like, what the fuck is the Secret Service doing? Because they don't have anything locked down. This guy was able to book a room at the hotel like a day or two before with no issues. It didn't sound like they had people on all the stairwell entrances and exits, and the idea that somebody can get that close with, like, I don't know, man. It just seems like they are fucking absolutely clueless.
Right. The idea that the cheat code is to just Naruto run through a hallway and that'll get you access to be able to take a shot at the president is fucking insane.
That's some Bush League fucking security there. And why isn't he dead? You know,
see, and that kind of flies in the face of the it was staged theories. It's like, yeah, if it's staged and this dude was like a patsy, he gets a bullet in the head right away.
Take your patsy out, right? It's like maybe they did try to stage it, and Secret Service is so fucking inept that they can't even hit him. Got to get some more fucking broads on that. Some more sharpshooting chicks on the Secret Service detail for the president. We saw that fucking tub of lard that can't draw her sidearm is still there. Dude, there should be
I mean, that's just definitively government. Like, it doesn't matter how bad they are at their job, regardless of what level of government, they're not going anywhere. They're always going to be employed. Like, the only way we get rid of them is if Trump does something where he offers them a fucking buyout. So they're still going to get paid. They're just not going to be employed anymore. Like, so is that even really a net win? Like, they still got paid. They're just not there anymore. Like,
yeah, it's just, you would think that when your life is on the line, you would at least make an exception to government retardedness in that one case. But maybe there should be a rule that you can't have a FUPA if you're going to be on the Secret Service detail. Like, it's just so fucking ridiculous.
Anybody that walks in for an interview to be a Secret Service agent has to watch this video first.
Very still. I'm working right now. This. Ouch! Oh, I'm sorry. Did my pen get in the way of your ass? Do me a favor and lose 5 pounds immediately, or get out of my building like now!
Yeah, dude, it's just like, I can't believe that somebody brings this up. I forget who it was that was talking about how the Secret Service had a goal. It might have been the chick that was in charge of the Secret Service before the Butler assassination attempt, where she's like, yeah, we have a goal. We want 30% of the Secret Service detail to be female. It's like, how do I get into these these meetings where people are bringing up these retarded ideas?
Like, this is the problem. This is the problem with diversity. And my buddy Trey and I are going to talk about Gamergate and some of that stuff tonight. And like, the problem with diversity is a lot of it started with good intentions of, getting more representation from groups that normally don't get to be a part of some of these different areas where there is actually demand for it. But then you hit a point where, like, the demand does not meet the expectation of what diversity thinks it should be. And so now they have to promote people and put people in these positions because they need to meet diversity quotas instead of they are being representative of the people who actually are qualified for these positions and would do well in these positions. And that has always been the problem with diversity over the last 10 or 15 years, is it stopped being about actually giving people an opportunity, and it started being about meeting quotas and getting a certain level of representation that they expect. And so then you get people who aren't qualified, people who aren't deserving, people who really shouldn't be there, people who have figured out how to game the system and understand that if you check the right boxes, you can go apply for this job. And even though you don't deserve the job, you will get it because they need to fill numbers. Like it's like food stamps and welfare and a lot of like, it is a government game that if you figure out how to play it correctly, you can make a ton of money and be completely fucking useless. And that's,
yeah. Well, we went over that on the last episode with the NGO stuff. It's like, oh, you're making $275,000 a year, and now somebody in the private sector is only willing to pay you $20 an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and you did that for 25 years. That's like, okay, yeah. It can be very, very lucrative. But I'm sorry, dude, women are just fucking useless in physical confrontations. I would not want a woman to, like, all else being equal, I want a fucking man to protect me. It's like, I just sent you this video of a female cop at the, I don't know if this is at like a Home Depot or something. It's just like the bar for women to be like beat cops or Secret Service agents, they would have to be fucking freaks of nature. Like they would, like, it's not just like, oh, you're a woman and here's our quota. It's like, no, you would have to demonstrate that you're like, that, you know, you're like a fucking octagon fighter or something. It's like, okay, maybe then.
Arrest him! Arrest him!
So if you're just listening, this is a couple more engineers and astronauts throwing at it at a Home Depot. And there's one short, stocky female cop trying to wrangle like a huge black dude.
It's funny because all these people are yelling. All these people are yelling, arrest him, arrest him. Like she can't even take the thing that he's holding out of his hand. Like he's just doing whatever he wants. She is completely.
Yeah. So like 3 other men have to intervene and get this guy under control. It's like, you're useless. Women are good at a lot of things, but physical domination is not one of them.
You ever see the thing? So whenever it's been a year and a half ago, whenever Pete Hegseth and Trump were talking about like the new military standards and doing away with a lot of the diversity stuff in the military, and the leftists were all throwing a temper tantrum because that meant, you know, fewer women and trannies and all that stuff in the military. And this one dude who's like a combat medic, he said, he did this whole long post on Twitter where he talked about it. He's like, my partner is a female. She is 5'3", 110 pounds. And like, yes, she is a competent medic. In the event that we are in the field, he said, I cannot go down. He said, I absolutely have no option but to stay alive at all costs, because if I go down, she can't carry me out. She can't carry anybody else in our unit out. We are all fucked. We are all dead. If something happens to me and we are relying on her, everybody dies. Like, and that's just, that's just the reality.
She makes everybody around her better.
and that's just the reality of it. And like, and that's not to say that there aren't females who are very competent and capable, but the overwhelming majority are not. Like,
yeah, and it's just not the place for women in society. Like, why are we forcing? You know, it would be like having me as like a mathematician. It's like I can do other things better than I can do math. It's like, why are we forcing me, a literal like math retard, to try to do that. It's like, yeah, I could kind of get by, but you could also just have a mathematician do it a lot easier.
For everybody who's taking trading advice for Johnny, just remember he is a mathematical retard.
That is correct. Yes. But somehow I managed to trade okay. You don't have to be good at math. I'm telling you.
That's because you don't have to be good at math to trade.
Turns out the dumber you are, the better trader you are.
Well, I mean, and that's the case for everything, really. Like, some people are not well suited for certain jobs. We shouldn't be trying to shoehorn those people into those jobs just because we have a quota of we need X number of whatever in these jobs. Like, who comes up with those numbers? Why? Why do you need that? And it's what's funny is a lot of times those numbers don't even match like population density. Like so where are we getting these numbers?
It's some idiot brings it up at a meeting and everybody's too afraid to tell them, no, that's a retarded idea. Shut the fuck up. People should hire me just to tell people to shut the fuck up with their stupid ideas in meetings.
Well, and the problem is if in a corporate setting, if you do say that, HR called me to the office one time to talk about some changes that the company was considering making with certain things. And I said, this is absolutely fucking retarded and will make everything infinitely worse. And I have never been invited back to another meeting to give my opinion on anything. And it turned out I was 100% right. They did it anyway. And it hasn't worked out. Like,
of course,
because if you go in and you say, this is dumb, it won't work, this is why it won't work, they don't want to hear that they're wrong and that it's not going to work. They just want everybody to be on board with it. And like, why?
Well, and in this case, like, it's gotten people killed. It will continue to get people killed. And it doesn't sound like they're going to give up on taking shots at Trump anytime soon. Did you see any of the reactions from the ballroom or whatever?
I saw the thing where RFK didn't bother to duck in true Kennedy fashion.
Some people were just kind of sitting there. Dana White was another one that was just taking it all in. And then some people were under their tables for like 20 minutes. There was the female reporter. Dude, it's like these chicks that have to make everything all about themselves. And she's basically, she's got the camera turned on her face. It's like, yeah, I think there may be a shooter in here. It's really, really scary. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, make sure you insert yourself and your face into everything.
She did the fucking meme. Have you ever seen the meme where it's like men taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower, and it's just a picture of the Eiffel Tower, and then it's women taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower, and it's the selfie with the Eiffel Tower in the background. It's like she did the fucking meme.
Yeah, there's so many of them. Now there's one where it's just like a picture of their ass instead in front of it. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like it's a weird narcissistic thing that women have where they have to insert themselves into everything. And it's like like, especially for a reporter, it's such a weird, it's like, you're supposed to actually turn the camera the other way and show people what's been going on. We don't need 2 minutes of your facial reactions.
Right. Unless you're a Brazilian weather woman, nobody cares about you. Like, we want the actual news.
That is true. Man, yeah. Mexico's got some pretty good weather women too.
Although I guess talking about having the camera on you, here pretty soon, if you buy a new car, you're going to have cameras on you.
Yeah, dude, this is just so frustrating, man. Go ahead and read that for everybody.
Every new car in the U.S. will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver by 2027. AI in your car will determine if you're sober and fit to drive, automatically turning off the vehicle if it determines you're a danger on the road.
Yeah, so this was the bill that Thomas Massie tried to kill. Did I send you the list of Republicans that greenlit this one?
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that.
All right, let me send it to you right now. I'd pull it up, but I don't want to bog down my retarded computer too much. So there were a bunch of Republicans that signed on to this bill. Yeah, this is the kill switch in your car bill that apparently, I mean, if you believe that the government is just going to use this to stop DUIs, it's the same justification they use for everything. Safety, 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 or hey, it's just a 1% tax on the billionaires, which we'll do a follow-up on the California thing a little later. That's how they get the authorization for it. Now you're subject to the whims of the government on how they're going to use kill switch against you.
We'll just slowly scroll through this, and you can, if you're not, you should be watching the video and see if anybody on this list is a representative of yours, and go out of your way to give them absolute hell and vote these motherfuckers out as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm seeing a lot of difference. It's not just like California and New York. Like they're got some Florida in there. We got Colorado. We got Arizona. Like New Jersey. It's across the country.
Yeah, and these are the Republicans even. I mean,
yeah. How many was there? 57 or something?
Yeah.
Total. Okay. Yeah. Signed on to basically give the government control over your car. And I remember there was I forget which company that was designing the tech for it was like, yeah, this will be great for, we'll just give this over to law enforcement. So yeah, now we won't have car chases, right? Because law enforcement can just activate the kill switch in your car. Dude,
I was already thoroughly committed to never buying a vehicle newer than like 2015, 2016, because I've tried to work on, like, when my wife has gotten newer cars. She had a 2019 a few years ago. Absolute fucking miserable to try to work on it yourself. And like anything newer than like 16, 17, I would prefer to stay in the like 2013, 2015 range, and older than that. But like 16, 17 is about the max. Like after that, they got too many bells and whistles, too much computer integration, too much extra bullshit, and they become impossible to work on yourself unless you have a computer that you can plug into them and do all this other stuff. I was already committed to not buying anything with a 2020 anything on it anyway. This just solidifies, like, for sure, I will never own anything made outside of the 2010s.
I mean, just think of the possible abuse. I mean, like, we don't even have to think back 6 years. Okay, during the COVID lockdowns, now they can just turn off everybody's fucking car. Now they don't, maybe they can't force you to stay in your place, but they can make it so you can't drive anywhere ever. Like, okay, yeah, let's give the government that power. Let's give the institution that has killed billions of people around the world over the years control over your means of transportation. Brilliant. In the name of safety, of course. Yeah. It's ripe for abuse, man. It's just so Orwellian too, to have them, like, you basically, like, even just, the things you get a strike on YouTube or something, and they can just shut off your car. It's like, oh, you can't drive anywhere for a week. Your social credit score isn't high enough, right?
Well, have you ever watched Black Mirror? Like, there's a Black Mirror episode that more or less like lays that whole thing out.
Yeah, that show's looking like it's gonna be pretty. It's like, god damn, dude. That's what we should be afraid of. I know everyone's like freaking out about AI and they're taking our jobs and what are we gonna do for no, dude. You should be freaking out about the government taking control of AI and using it to ruin your life.
Well, and it's like 1984, Brave New World, like all of these dystopian future novels from, back in the 40s and earlier. It's like, these were meant as warnings, not blueprints. Like, why are we societally allowing this shit to happen?
Right. And goddamn, dude, the supposed smaller government, more freedom Republicans, 57 of them signed on to this. And I'm sure they all probably, like, I don't remember Trump going after any one of those guys for not being MAGA. He goes after Thomas Massey, one of the few people that stood up against this thing and tried to get it killed. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So yeah, it was after anything made after 2026.
Yeah, so 2027 going forward.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I remember like everything's so encased in cars now too. It's just like, oh, pop the hood, you can't see anything. It's just like I would get discouraged after that point where it's just all encased in some fucking plastic thing that you can't get into.
That Stephanie has a 2023 or a 24 Ford Maverick, and when she bought it, like as soon as she bought it, I looked at it and I said, I will never change the oil on this. I will never touch it. Like if you have a problem with it, you're gonna have to take it to a shop. Because first thing I did was I crawled underneath it, I popped the hood and looked at it, and I was like, that's cool. If this is what you want and you're gonna buy it, that is cool. Anytime you need anything done, you take it to a shop and have them do it, because I'm not trying to fucking touch.
Dude, we also have just a big problem. And I mean, I'm definitely guilty of this. So as I make fun of all these pussies who never fucking do anything, but like there aren't like a lot of men that even like know how to work on cars, change. Like I can change oil, I can change a tire and stuff like that. But anything beyond like the most basic shit, I'll be lost.
Well, it's like I rebuilt the front end on my truck, had to take everything off of it and completely redo it. And Sean and I would work on stuff on his truck, and like I know how to do pretty much everything, and what I don't know how to do, I can figure out pretty quickly. And my brother is he was actually trained and went to school for mechanic work and stuff, and he knows how to do a lot of stuff too. And most things I can work on, but with these newer vehicles anymore, like I said, I mean, it's just gotten to the point where there's so much bullshit and it's so over-engineered. Like these things aren't designed to be worked on. When you have to take half the fucking engine out just to change a belt or something, like the way that they've over-engineered them is fucking insane. It's like,
yeah, but even so, like with each passing generation, fewer and fewer men are interested in doing any of that, and it's pretty. And we've completely, like, do they even have shop class anymore in school? They do. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in hillbilly land they do. I don't know if they do in like Chicago, dude.
Yeah, I would say here where I live, they do. They still have
the
auto
whole school
shop.
of shops.
They have auto shop and machine shop, and Sean did a construction class. Like they have all of that stuff around here. But yeah, I mean, in cities,
I don't think they
like
do
in
like the suburbs and shit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they still have like but like we used to have like woodworking class, like things like men would do with their hands, and we don't have that anymore. And it's just, you know, you just see these like at least once a week on Twitter, I'll see somebody post about how like, yeah, they're like, my daughter was out with her boyfriend and he couldn't change the tire or something, so they had to call me, like she had to text her dad and ask him how to do it or something. It's just like, where are all the men? Anyway, yeah, we're all becoming a bunch of fucking useless pussies, and
that's probably by design. I mean, the more useless we are, the more reliant we are on the government and on everybody else, all the corporations and stuff for everything.
Right. They don't want you to be able to fix the car yourself for sure. And they certainly don't want a population that can be self-sufficient. They want you reliant on all, because then they can sell the power to you in exchange for a vote.
Well, I mean, this is like, we have a garden and everything. This is like the Chaz Chop thing from back, several years ago. Remember whenever Chaz popped up in, what was that, Portland? And they were planting their own garden. They like laid tarps down and just poured dirt on it and then stuck plants in. It's like that. Like, this is the level of retardation that you think that this is all it takes to just like grow stuff. It's like, these people have absolutely no fucking clue. And if left to their own devices to try to figure it out, they're going to kill themselves. Like they not only are they not self-sufficient, they don't have the potential to be. Like you have YouTube and the entire internet at your fingertips to figure out how to do this the right way. And they lay tarps out and dump topsoil on it and then just stick plants in it. Like, dude, like do fucking bucket farms, do like anything. This is like of all the options that you could have had to actually grow your own food and create your, like, you know, little utopian Chaz, whatever the fuck. This is what you chose to do. Like,
it's cartoonish just how dumb we are as a society, dude. It's really something. And like, so like you said, we even have the tools to teach you how to do something, and it's like people won't even use them. Anyway, God bless Thomas Massey. I don't know if there's anything that they can do to repeal that or whatever, but
well, and that was the House vote, so it would still have to go through the Senate, and hopefully the Senate is less retarded and gay and will shut it down and send it back.
Yeah, but again, it's just so discouraging because this is just one. You know, this won't be the last time they bring it up. It's just like they're gonna keep. You know, it's like a gate. Like we have this gate to our fucking freedom, and they're just banging at the fucking gate, and they're not like you could push them back a little bit, but they just keep coming. It's really discouraging. Same thing with the California billionaire tax. There was one that they tried to pass a one in Illinois. I was texting a buddy of mine. Anything over $1 million, they were going to tax at 3% or something. That didn't pass. But again, that's just the first attempt, and they got a little greedy in Illinois with the $1 million threshold. If they had started at 10, it probably would have. But here we are with the follow-up. This is to the California billionaire tax that was floated a couple of months ago, and all those billionaires started fleeing the state for greener pastures.
Yeah, a petition for the California billionaire tax, which would implement a one-time 5% tax on the state's 200 billionaires to fund healthcare programs, has received 1.5 million signatures, which could help it qualify for the November ballot. Gavin Newsom shared that he was fighting against this amendment in a previous interview with the New York Times. Why is Gavin Newsom fighting against a billionaire tax, you might wonder? Because $1 trillion in taxable wealth has left California since the launch of a one-time 5% tax proposal on billionaires. Just since the proposal was made, $1 trillion in taxable wealth has left the state. Like, because as it turns out, the billionaires, they have the funds and the means to fuck off and go wherever they want. So they'll go somewhere that they're not going to have to pay a one-time 5% wealth tax.
One time. Right. Okay. Yeah. They're not retards, dude. I don't think they're going to believe that it's just one time. And
because what happens when they do this one-time 5% tax and the state of California is still in a massive deficit and they haven't actually funded anything? They're like, oh, well, you know, we did it once and we got really close, so we're going to do it one more time. And this one more time will be the final push that'll get us over the top. And we'll be able to get everything done. Which one of the gay, not actually gay, but the retarded actors was it that was bitching about they were going to do like a billionaire tax in New York, I think it was, and it wasn't a billionaire tax. They were hitting like millionaires. And he was like, I'm not a billionaire. Why am I getting hit with this tax? And it's like, guess what you voted for, dipshit. Like,
yeah. Well, somebody pointed out on, I think, page 26 of this bill, there's language in there that explains how the government can convert it to basically apply to everyone without voter approval.
Buried on page 26 and 27 of the bill is verbiage that once this is passed, they can change who gets taxed and by how much without needing to vote on it. So,
like, you and I didn't need to read the bill to know that was in there. Like, but I would, like, if you would put I would have bet my left arm that there was language in there, and I wouldn't have any doubt about it. It's like, yeah, of course, obviously. This one-time, it's just a one-time tax and it's just on billionaires. Oh, what about this language that says that you can adjust it to just about anybody that you want, and you can do it annually instead of just one time without voter approval? Yeah, no shit. This is how they operate. I just don't understand how people haven't caught on to the game at this point.
Well, and even the people who shouldn't be affected by a billionaire tax, every single time something like this goes into effect, everybody gets affected by it. Like, how have they not figured, the ones who can't afford to get hit by something like this, but continue to vote for it because they don't think it's going to affect them? It's like the communism hasn't ever worked anywhere it's been tried, but maybe this time. It's like every time something like this has been put into effect, it actually ends up fucking us. But maybe not this time. Maybe this time they'll actually just stick to the billionaires and they won't fuck us too. It's like, no.
It's Charlie Brown with the fucking football. Just like, how many times are you gonna fall for it? And I mean, dude, and people like blame the billionaires for leaving. It's like, dude, if you had the means to leave and you knew that they were just going to take money from you, you would leave too, billionaire or not.
They'll do shit like this and call it a great economic success and how it generates all kinds of GDP. Let's let Elon Musk explain that.
The joke is like there's two economists going on a hike in the woods. They come across a pile of shit, and one economist says to the other, "I'll pay you $100 to eat that shit." So the economist eats the shit, gets the $100. They keep walking. Then the other they come across another pile of shit, and the other economist says, "Now I'll pay you $100 to eat the pile of shit." So it pays the other economist $100 to pile of shit. Then the way they said, "Look, wait a second. We both just ate a pile of shit." And we don't have any more extra money. Like we both, you just gave the $100 back to me, and we both ate a pile of shit. This doesn't make any sense. And they said, no, but think of the economy, because that's $200 of that in the economy. That measure eating shit would count as a job.
Yeah.
I mean, that generated $200 worth of economic growth because, $200 changed hands, even though nobody is any better off and everybody ate shit. Like, that's welcome to the way the government calculates economic productivity.
Yeah, I think we're going to get some GDP numbers this week on Thursday, maybe.
Nobody's any better off. Everybody ate shit. Welcome to.
Yeah, that is a brief history of government. Oh man, yeah, it is really something, dude. And then the people that just simp for them constantly. That's like, oh my god, because we need the roads and everything. I don't mind paying a little extra if it means that XYZ gets done. It's like, well, first of all, you don't have a choice in paying extra. They're going to take it by force. And second of all, XYZ aren't getting done. It's going to the lobbyists. It's going into the politicians' pockets. It's going to fucking Israel.
It's gonna go to bailing out Spirit Air.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, we have another great investment on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. In case you were wondering, we're about to take a $500 million stake in the worst fucking airline of all time.
JetBlue offers to buy Spirit Air for $3.8 billion. The Biden DOJ sues to stop the merger. In January of 2024, a judge blocks the merger, citing a threat to competition. In November of 2024, Spirit files for bankruptcy. Now, here we are, 2026. The Trump administration is considering a bailout of Spirit, with the federal government potentially receiving ownership of the company. So instead of JetBlue and Spirit combining to form a formidable low-cost competitor for the four big airlines, the taxpayers will now be on the hook to save a failing company that will offer them low-cost airfare subsidized by money taken from their own paychecks.
Yeah. Jim wants to bail out Spirit to use the airline as deportations. Dude, anybody on a Spirit flight should be a one-way ticket. That would be a great. That's the modern day equivalent of putting people on the rail cars.
Just load them onto a Spirit airplane.
You don't have to load them; they'll load themselves. Anybody that voluntarily flies Spirit, just you're gone. Just one of those quiet ways of thinning the herd a little bit. Dude, it is such a dog shit airline. It's like Jesus Christ, dude. That's true. Everyone on Spirit is probably using government subsidies to get the ticket. Dude, yeah. When was the last time you flew Spirit? I remember I did one flight out of desperation, and it was the worst. Well, I had a worse experience when I got to the Cancun airport, but yeah, 8 a.m. flight on like a Saturday morning to Cancun. Bad times.
I haven't flown since probably 2014, I think, and I've never flown Spirit. So,
oh, dude, that is such a hillbilly thing. Guy hasn't been on a plane in over a decade.
The last time that I flew, I was living in New Jersey, and my then wife and the kids were down here, and I flew from Jersey back down here for Thanksgiving, and I had to change over. I had like a layover and had to change planes, and it took like 8 or 10 hours to get from there to here after, and I had to be at the airport at like 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. I was like, it's a 12-hour drive. I can just drive. And gas was cheap at the time. It was like, I can drive, be there in 12 hours. It was cheaper to just pay for gas to drive than it was to buy the tickets anyway. It's like, why would I keep flying and doing this shit? Like, if I had to go to like, if I was going out west to like Colorado or California or something like that, I would probably fly. Although I say that, we took a trip to Montana a few years ago and we drove that whole thing, but that was deliberate. Like that was a family cross country trip, and we stopped and did sightseeing and stuff along the way. That was,
yeah. I mean, like everybody knows that how I feel about flying and how miserable they've made the experience, and you're about to get an ass full of it over the next month and a half, I'm sure, because I have so many flights coming up. But this is absolutely ridiculous that we're allowing the government to bail out companies like this. And the greatest thing about that post is it's just in typical government fashion. They've done this a number of times. They did it with Blockbuster and like Hollywood Video or something that we're trying to merge. These are when companies are trying to like save themselves. And then Elizabeth fucking Warren steps in. And she's like, no, this is antitrust. This is going to create an unfair competition. And it's like, no, it probably would have, like, this is like a free market solution to a problem. And it's like, no, government steps on that. And then we're going to use taxpayer money to bail out an air. Like, why? And
honestly, the only thing that it does is creates reasonable competition for the big companies that are already in bed with the government. Right. Boeing and the 4 major air are already massively in bed with the government. They lobby for all of this shit. They've got their hands in every pocket they can get it in. So like the only way that this would have created any problem with competition is there would have actually been competition to the ones who are running shit.
Right. And it just, I love Spirit being the face of this one because literally nobody likes that airline.
Right.
Like when they took the stake in Intel, it's like, oh, well, Intel, like that's a good company. It's like, dude,
if there was a company that should be allowed to fail, it's fucking Spirit Airlines. Just let it die.
It's just, yeah, like even people that might be in favor of the government bailing out industries in the name of, yeah, this is the George Bush, we have to abandon free market capitalism to save the free market system. But it's like nobody wants a piece of spirit. Like, nobody. And here comes Trump. He's like, 500 million, sure, let's go for it.
Well, and the one company that did want a piece of it, they wouldn't let them have it. So
yeah. Oh God, dude, the government, like, they will just, whatever the worst possible thing they can do is, they will do it. And I just, again, just show me where in the Constitution it says that the government can invest in airlines with your tax dollars, or any other company for that matter, and I'll drop it. But of course, somehow they've managed to get around that. Unbelievable. Sorry. Yeah, we've meant to talk about that on the last episode and kind of forgot. So I wanted to remind everybody that we're about to take a stake in the worst fucking airline of all time.
I gotta get out of here and go pick up my daughter here in a minute. So let's close on a well, I guess the government buying Spirit Airlines is kind of hilarious, but also just infuriating. But this one is just straight up hilarious. Ilhan Omar flexing that big brain of hers and showing why she is really trying to give AOC a run for her money on the most retarded member of Congress.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
What can you even say, man? Besides this just being inexcusable on so many. Even if, okay. So she doesn't know her Roman numerals. Have you, like, I've never seen World War II not written with a fucking Roman numeral.
Right.
I guess, well, they do the WW and the number 2. But like, it's always World War Roman numeral 2. So like, her entire life, she's been reading that as World War 11. Like, how is that even possible, dude? And if it's just the one time, it's like, okay, maybe she thought it was like a typo, but you still say it. And I mean, the clip was kind of cut off. Did she correct herself immediately after this? Like, World War 11. What about we went from World War 1 to World War 11. What were the other ones in between? You never hear about World War 8 or 9.
I'm still waiting for Civil War 2. We're already on World War 11. What the hell?
Dude, she is incredibly dumb. And you always hear these things about, the great thing. I know Somalis like built the country and they're vital to our survival as America.
I think my favorite one of those was like, it was somebody saying Somalis built the country. And like, Somalia didn't even exist until 1960. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they weren't involved in World War II. Maybe that's why she never fucking heard of it. I was joking. I was like, what's the Roman numeral for 30 million? This might have actually just been an innocent error on her taxes. Dude, she's unbelievably stupid. And there's really no excuse for it. I can't think of any plausible explanation for how you could possibly interpret that as World War 11. Even if they wrote, like, if I was reading the speech, and I mean, we know these politicians, they just read off of teleprompters and things, but like, if it said like World War and it actually had 2 number 1s, like World War 11, I'm pretty sure I'd be quick-witted enough to realize that they meant World War II. Because there's only 2 of them to choose from. Or maybe they went World War I. But World War 11 has not happened yet. I saw some fucking puss out there. It's like, well, actually, there's a debate between how many, like, some people think there's like 20 world wars throughout history. So I forget what number he came up with. Did you just actually World War 11? Yes, I'm sure that's what she was going for. Yeah, the Quality Learning Center. Yeah, she's a fine product. Dude, this is really something, man. Really something. And she's such a pompous bitch too. It's great. Remember that fake like attack on that one that was staged where the guy just like sprayed vinegar on her or something through a syringe?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where it came and went pretty quick.
Well, because it turned out the dude had like pictures taken with her and like,
Yeah.
yeah. Another high-end Somalian fraud scam that just disappeared as soon as anybody started to look into it at all. It was just like, oh,
well, that was originally when the $30 million thing came up, right? And I think she was trying to distract from that, unless it was a different scandal, or maybe it was just the Somali fraud in general. Is that what she was trying to distract from?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it was. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, she had ties to one of the people stealing $11 billion in taxpayer money or something, and so spray some vinegar on me. That didn't work. Okay. Wow, what a low IQ. It's so great. Like, I understand misspeaking. I'm sure I've misspoken a million times on this show, but it's like that. I'm sorry. That's just an inexcusable. That's not misspeaking. That's your brain misfiring because you're retarded. Like,
See,
it's just, I can't think of like a way to steel man this. Like, oh, well, she meant to say no, dude. No, she doesn't know Roman numerals, and she's been reading that.
I want to roll the morning show outro. Like it's.
You can use that. Dude, yeah. Oh, that's a great clip for that too. Retarded things politicians have said. You got to create an intro with that. There are so many. But yeah, I can't think of a steel man argument for how that could possibly happen to anybody.
Right.
It's not possible. So she has spent, I don't know how old she is, but her entire life, however many times you've seen the words World War II written, she has read that as World War 11. And she only now figured it out because she's probably been taking a shit ton of heat for it. But somehow she's amassed millions of dollars. So
I know that was a.
Oh yeah, an accounting error.
Accounting error. She only has like.
Totally explain that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's only got like $38,000.
It's still way too much. Way too much for her.
Somebody carried the zero too far.
Yeah, way too much. All right. You got to get out of here. Do we have anything else to save for the next episode?
That's
be for a while.
I'd say that's everything that I had on the docket for today. Not so we won't be doing one on Friday, correct?
Actually, I think I can do one Friday. Yeah, because the guy just texted. I guess my lease is up on the 2nd, so I could stay here till the 1st.
Okay.
So let's maybe we'll do like a morning episode Friday if you can.
Yeah, I should be able to make that work. And the morning show guys, excuse me, are talking about doing an evening show, a night show on Friday evening. So if anybody wants to hop in on that, I can get a link together for it. I'll be at work, but I can get a link together for it. And anybody that wants to participate, the night shows are always fun. It's just a lot of shooting the shit and drinking and being stupid. Jim's always a staple of those. He's good at shooting.
Well, I think it's a Friday night happy hour night as well.
Oh yeah. So big get together.
We'll combine that. Cool. And then yeah, it's gonna be a minute for our next episode. Our next episode will be from Tokyo, at least half of it. I gotta figure out the time difference. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I will be if everything goes according to plan, I will be in Tokyo on the 7th for them, but it's the 6th for you guys. This is going to get really weird, dude. Really confusing. But yeah, so I'll be abroad for about a month or so. I should be able to keep to some sort of schedule. I just don't know what the time difference is. It's weird. So I'll probably be doing episodes at like 2:00 in the morning or something, my time. But that's cool because I don't sleep anyway. All right. So yeah, I'll get out of here on that. Thanks for listening, everybody. Oh, I'll be so there's always a link in the description to support the podcast. There'll be a separate link for anybody that wants to get into the FIRE portfolio that we are designing, the financially independent retire early. I've had to finagle a way to separate that out from everything, but that'll be a separate link if anybody wants to get into that. And I sent out something in the Substack for everybody to explain what that is. So go check that out. And until Friday, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.